That's bad.
Hey, what's up, guys? So, hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a pretty darn great day. In the last video with the Fiero and talking about some of the other stuff, I mentioned that I need to build a transmission for the 55 over there. And my buddy Herb from Michigan Muscle Car Garage on YouTube, go check him out. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description below. But he messaged me last night, and he was like, hey, saw you're looking for a transmission. I've got a pretty darn good one. Needs a couple things. It's not perfect, but I'll make you a hell of a deal on it if you're interested. And I was like, absolutely, brother. I am interested. I will be there probably about as early as I can in the morning. He's like 2 hours east of me. So me and Pops loaded up in his little shop minivan, and we made the trek over there. Hung out with Herb for about hour and a half, 2 hours, just shooting the shit. And we ended up grabbing a couple other things off him because he was cleaning his garage and was like, I just want this stuff out of here. If you need like these front runners, just take those, just the tires. I'll make you a deal on these wheels. So Jack is hopefully finally going to be getting a proper set of drag wheels instead of those Outlaw 2 wheels that look like they're off a trailer. They are light, but man, they are not fun to look at. So hopefully pretty soon we can convert that from 5-on-5 to 5-on 4 3/4, get those on, and Jack will be looking pretty damn good then. Anyway, we also picked up that transmission. It is a Turbo 400. The story on it is he got it on trade from a guy, and let me try to remember everything because we talked for a while and I kind of zone out sometimes. He got on trade from a guy that had it in his car, and like first pass or first launch or whatever, it cracked the bell housing. So they pulled it back out, cut the bell housing off, put a JW like Ultra Bell on it. They didn't cut it enough, so the bell housing went on a little crooked, which made the converter sit in the pump kind of crooked, and he thinks it chewed some stuff up, which isn't the end of the world. I've got two other Turbo 400s over here. I've got one right there and one on the other side of the Skylark. So I should be able to rob a pump out of one of those and put everything. I mean, like, absolute worst case scenario, I can take the valve body and clutches and everything, trans brake, out of this one, put it in one of those cases. Should be good. So we just got back. He dropped me off here so I could grab my car, and then we'll head over to his place because the converter is stuck in the transmission. It's like wedged in there. I don't know how they got it in there to where they couldn't get it out, so it must have chewed something up. I'm expecting a lot of teeth to be missing. Hopefully not from us when we try pulling that converter out. But yeah, so I stopped by here to grab my car, and then we're gonna bounce over to Pops' place and just kind of dissect the transmission, see what's going on with it, and see what we can do about getting it fixed enough to throw in this old hoopty. Should be able to pull it out pretty evenly. Converter's stuck in the pump because when they put this on, they didn't trim this corner, so it's a little crooked.
What do you think? Think it's gonna work?
Are you just gonna try and pull it like that?
No. Trying to do it so I don't fuck my right shoulder up. Like that.
Yeah, it works. Worked perfect.
And it didn't even fuck the ears up.
That actually surprises me. See if I can look down here. All the splines in this look good still.
know that there's probably stuff inside you can't really tell by, but nothing from what I'm seeing now really looks that concerning. I think that converter might still be good. And there's our GWLS bell housing.
Yeah, I'd hate to pull that thing out.
Yeah, I gotta trim that a little bit more.
So that's supposed to just pop right out, huh?
Well, the pump?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably have to pry it out.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it just sits in there. Alright. Got the pump out. So far everything does look brand new in it. Look that off. And there's some metal there. And that could be from the converter. Does the pump face and everything look fine? I don't see any like deep gouges or anything in it. Is it? The teeth on the pump look okay. We go look on the converter again. Yeah, truthfully, I think it might be salvageable, to be honest. Well, I think we'll get the pump thrown back in there and then clean up that edge, get it bolted back together, try the converter again and see how it all fits. Alright, pump's back on. Might find something to cover that with just for peace of mind. Gotta trim that just a little bit to clear the bell housing.
That's probably good.
What?
That's probably good.
Yeah, just smack it. Clunk. Yeah, not that I have any idea what the hell I'm talking about, but everything seemingly looked good inside. Nothing had real high heat marks or any missing teeth. There was that little bit of metal, but we'll worry about that when we have to worry about that, I guess. Alright, bell housing. Got the hammer to tap it. It looks like it should seat better this time. Yeah, I guess before. We might have to notch this a little bit. Right there. Just that little corner, I think.
Yep.
You got a small disc grinder, we can just loosen the bolts and hit it real quick. Nice reverse manual valve body trans brake. Don't know if it's a pro brake or a sportsman brake yet. Alright. Yeah, it did great. Alright, got the bell housing back on. It is now sitting flush with the case everywhere. Got the bolts torqued to the 20 foot-pounds. I might pull them back out and put a little bit of Loctite on them. I saw that it recommended some blue. I don't know if we have any, but I'm going to be taking this to my place anyway, so it's fine.
I bet there ain't nothing wrong with that.
It doesn't look like there is.
I would almost bet money.
I mean, I'm willing to run it. Let's flip it over and pull the pan off and see what valve body we got.
Because there's hardly no savings anywhere.
There, just that little bit on the snout, but I couldn't see where that came from either. Shit, who knows? It could have been from when they cut the bell housing off. Yeah, actually, there is no fluid in that. Let's flip it over, see what valve body is in it.
But there ain't much of anything in there.
As far as shavings and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking all over in there. I don't see shavings anywhere.
No, me neither.
Besides just normal bullshit.
Let's see if I can look up some part numbers on this.
Alright, so I am back in my place because I got all the converters over here. I guess I'm just a converter hoarder. And wanted to kind of play converter mix and match to test some things, because I don't know if I showed you guys this earlier, but the when you'd spin the converter over in that 400, it'd make kind of a weird noise. To me, it sounded like the teeth were jumping a little bit. Kind of hard to explain. So I took that converter out, put it in this power glide I have, because this has a turbo input shaft, and right there. There, you can really hear it. To me, that sounds like teeth jumping. If I lift up on it a little bit when I spin it, there's nothing. If I let the weight rest, it comes back. So, pretty sure it's an issue with the converter. I put Jack's old TSI converter in here. No noise at all. There is like one kind of little weird spot where it just, I don't know how to explain it. I'm probably still going to replace the pump just for peace of mind, but that doesn't make me feel a whole lot better that it's not something internally to the transmission that was making that weird noise I was hearing. So yeah, that's awesome. We should have a damn good transmission for the 55 now. I still have no idea if it is a pro brake or a sportsman brake. I'm going to assume that it's a sportsman brake, but we'll know that for sure as soon as we were able to fire the car up and try to move it around, which isn't going to be anytime soon. The main differences between a pro brake and a sportsman brake that I'm smart enough to retain the knowledge of is that a pro brake releases a lot faster. Just generic terms, let's say a pro brake releases in 5/100ths of a second, and a sportsman brake will release in like 10 or 20 hundredths of a second, so like 0.2 of a second. Whatever it actually is, I don't know. But that's kind of one of the differences. And one of the other differences is that oftentimes a sportsman brake, you can just put it in reverse and it'll back up. You won't have to push the trans brake button. Whereas a pro brake, as far as I'm aware, every time you have to push the trans brake button. It truthfully does not matter to me which one it is. Either one is cool. Obviously, pro brakes perform a little bit quicker, but the drivability of not having to push the button with a sportsman brake is just convenient. But like I said, it truly does not matter to me which one goes in this car. I will just be happy to have this thing together. probably move the Fiero off the hoist and move this over to the hoist and start tackling like the ladder bars and some of the suspension stuff. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So that is going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following along with the builds, and thank you for all the support. Thank you guys for the thumbs up and clicking that bell to get notifications. See you next time.